Khloe is unbearable these days. I don't care what other people think. I'm happy.
Hey everyone, it's Hannah Fletcher. Welcome back to Shared News. Let's take a look and react to this brand new trailer that's just been released for the Kardashians on Hulu. So sit back and relax and let's get into it.
Kylie just made me wait for an hour for her to do a photo shoot.
Whatever!
And now we are finally on our way.
All right, I love these two. I've said this so many times on Shared News, but I just want these two to be in the show more, and I'm so glad to be able to see this. I think that they look beautiful. I love this car. It's so luxurious. And I'm hoping that we can continue to see these two play out on camera and have more fun with one another. They're so goofy. I feel like Kylie is just so goofy especially, and she's like gotten goofier, and I think that that's amazing. And I love to see it. I love these two. Let's keep going.
Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up.
All right, we see everybody obviously at the carpet getting their photo taken. We see that Corey and Chris are still together. Kim is solo, looking amazing. All of the flashing lights, everything like that. This shot is just to remind you who exactly the Kardashians are, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go on.
Last year, we made a commitment to ourselves. Slow down, take some time off, be present in the moment. Have the Kardashians slowed down? No.
All right, have the Kardashians slowed down? The answer is no. Now, last season we did. We saw these guys talking about how they're gonna slow down and they're gonna take time for themselves. And if it's not authentic, they don't want it and all these things. And I personally thought that that was just a load of something. And I didn't think that they were going to end up slowing down at all, because why would they? They have so much money that they make off of their name, off of their businesses, off of this show. They'd be crazy if they slowed down. The checks would stop rolling in. Like, how the heck would they slow down? They've built up such an empire for each of them as individuals, much less even as a unit. They're never gonna slow down. They got us good. Well, they tried. They tried. Let's continue.
It's Fashion Week. A really fun part of this is doing it with my sisters. We're just a good team.
Are you gonna come?
Ooh, all right, that was an eye roll there from Khloe. They mentioned about being a really good team and they're sisters and it's Fashion Week and they love it. And then we see this eye roll from Khloe in response to her mom. I'm curious to see what this sass is all about. I love Khloe so much. She is probably my favorite Kardashian. I mean, this goes back to like high school. I would watch her like just on my bed, just like this. And I've just always loved this show. I've always loved Khloe in particular and watching her. It's really interesting to see though that she's getting a little bit sassy, and I'm kind of curious as to why. Especially that is juxtaposing the whole happy Kylie saying we're sisters and it's Fashion Week and we love doing it as sisters and da-da-da. And I'm curious as to why the attitude though, a little bit. I mean, of course, Khloe and Chris have always had this playful dynamic with one another, but still I'm kind of like, what is that all about? Let's continue.
Kourtney is at the very end of her pregnancy. The whole family is out of the country. Someone has to be here, even for all the kids.
All right, Kourtney's at the very end of her pregnancy and everybody's going out of the country. I am kind of wondering if this is not some stress that Khloe is kind of being put under, because it seems like everybody's still living their life, but we know that Kourtney going and having her pregnancy and everything like that, yes, it is a huge blessing, but obviously she is high risk because of her age and everything, and I'm wondering if this is not putting more stress on Khloe, if she's not kind of self-inducing this stress because of the fact that she wants to be there for Kourtney, which is being a great sister, and I'm very glad, but at the same time, that has to be very stressful. She's the only one thinking of Kourtney in this situation. That's the way that they're depicting it in the trailer, however, but from what it looks like that might be exactly what's going on. So let's keep going.
Everyone just has a different idea of what success is.
My actress era.
Running a business, back and forth from meetings. I'm in law school.
Running a business, back and forth for meetings, law school, and she's in her actress era, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Kim obviously is continuing to be in her actress era. We know that after American Horror Story, she was asked back, and she's been attached to other film projects that are allegedly in the works. So the biggest question is Kim really going to take this switch and go from reality star to possibly film, TV, movie star? Like, what is going on here? I'm curious to see where this kind of pans out. I'm curious to see what the these conversations continue to look like for Kim, if we find out more in regards to her getting attached to other projects. I know a lot of people were actually very satisfied with her performance in American Horror Story, and we see that she is continuing on with that journey as well. So I'm curious to know also what you guys are thinking. Did you guys enjoy American Horror Story? Did you enjoy Kim in this acting era? And obviously we know she's still getting through law school, which that is very time consuming in and of itself. So Kim is busy, and Kim's always been busy, but Kim enjoys being busy. So we'll see Kim continue to be busy. Let's keep going.
Being a working mom, it's really hard. Have you talked to Chloe about this?
No, because she's just very judgmental.
Okay, have you talked to Chloe about this? No, because she's very judgmental. What is going on? Do you guys think that maybe Chloe is like going to be like, not, the villain is such a harsh word, but I mean, you kind of almost have to use it just to kind of articulate the type of dynamic for the show. Do you think Chloe's gonna like kind of be the bad guy here? Do you think that Chloe is gonna have a little bit of a tude maybe going on with everybody? Do you think that Chloe's kind of at the end of her rope? I mean, she's got 2 kids. She is a single mom. I know she co-parents, but still, like, wonder what's going on here. I really wonder what's gonna go on with Chloe. The biggest question is, last season we saw that Kim and Courtney were going at it, right? That's what they advertised. All of everything from last season is just flooding in right now as I'm thinking of this. That's what they advertised to us. But the question is, like, if Chloe and Kim are gonna have a feud, are they actually gonna have a feud? Or is this like a feud? Let's see.
Now that Tristan is gone, maybe Chloe could be free to go out and have fun. Are you having sex? I wouldn't think so, to be honest.
Okay, so that's alluding, so that joke at the end is alluding to Chloe being uptight. That's funny. Courtney's funny. And we also hear about Tristan not being around anymore, and are you going out? So what happened with Tristan? That's the biggest question. Maybe we'll kind of hear, I'm sure we'll hear something, right? As to what happened with him. Like, did he do something? Did he not do something? Is he like not being a co-parent? I guess they're not living under the same roof anymore. I mean, last time we saw there were reparations being done, so they had to like co-parent and live under the same roof and all these things. So what happened between now and then? Now what's going on? I have so many questions. Guys, he's out of the picture. Finally, I'm so glad. Selfishly, I am so glad that he is not around anymore. Stop collecting checks off of Chloe's name and the Kardashian name. You can collect your own checks. That man, he bothers me. Let's continue.
Do you feel like you're managing anxiety better in your life?
I want to say something. Like, I watched the show back, and I'm just like, I talk about the same thing over and over again.
First of all, this woman is so pretty. Kendall is just so pretty. She just looks gorgeous. She looks very presidential sitting there, the way that she's dressed with her hair. I love it. Now, I didn't honestly think that Kendall talked about her anxiety as much as she's pointing out, but now that I think about it, she does. She definitely does, but I wasn't thinking about it until she said it, you know? So now I'm like, oh, she's brought it to my attention. Maybe she'll talk about Bad Bunny. I'm sure she won't, but I wish she would. I'm curious to see what else maybe she chooses to divulge then, since she's very hyper aware of this. Maybe what side of her are we going to see? Maybe something different. Let's go on.
But I'm not boring. And ask any one of my best friends. I am a good time, okay?
She said, I'm not boring. Ask any one of my friends. Well, maybe, just maybe, she is going to show us how she's a good time. So we'll see. And then there's a little clip there at the end for it looks like they're in these outfits. It looks like a Halloween type of outfit. I'm curious to know, obviously, more to that. Maybe Kendall has something to do with all of that and Halloween. I know that Kim went all out on Halloween with North in particular. I know they did like a Clueless kind of inspired look and all this stuff. So maybe we'll see a little bit of a blip into that. But it looks kind of costumey, whatever's going on there. So maybe that is something to do with Kendall showing us that she's a good time. Just trying to connect some dots here. Let's keep going.
We all want to congratulate Courtney and Travis.
This is the best blessing in the world.
But it's a high-risk pregnancy.
Okay, so it's a high-risk pregnancy. It's the best blessing. So this is obviously, we're going to see Courtney going and showing us how her pregnancy is obviously taking place. Now, we do know, if you guys remember, there were a lot of headlines, there were a lot of articles that Kourtney was having issues and she did rush in and she did have to have an emergency procedure. She's obviously at high risk. What I really love about the Kardashians, I will have to say, is like, yes, I love seeing them in their Rolls Royce and riding horses and doing all of these fun things with their life and having a good time and being fancy and having all of these photo shoots. But I really do love it when they bring cameras into situations like this, because this reminds you that yes, you can be of a certain class of people, or you can have a very unrelatable life like the Kardashians have, right? We can't really relate to them, most of us. I mean, there's no way, unless you're in that bracket of celebrity. But I love it when they bring situations like this to the screen, because this is what's actually important too, the issues that don't discriminate based off your socioeconomic status. So I'm glad that Kourtney's being open and transparent about this. That is definitely a decision to make, and I'm glad that she made it. And let's continue on and see what else they're gonna show us of this.
Mom. Hi, sweetheart. This is really crazy. I just want Kourtney to be okay.
I had to go in for fetal surgery, which was terrifying.
Okay, so fetal surgery. So I'm wondering if this isn't happening with Kris having her phone and everything like that. Maybe did this take place when everybody was out of the country? Is this exactly what Khloe was afraid of? Is this maybe causing tension in the family? So maybe even with Khloe's situation, is this a stressor? Is the fact that like Tristan's maybe not doing his job as a dad? Maybe is that why Khloe's so stressed out? You know, that's definitely possibly a formula here. It's obviously very intense that Kourtney had to go in and get emergency fetal surgery. We ultimately know that it was okay, but it is interesting hearing exactly what happened behind the scenes, because what we heard in the headlines obviously doesn't give you nearly the amount of details as to what we're getting watching the show. So let's continue.
I had my scan. They found a cyst and like a little tumor.
Okay, so they found a cyst and a little tumor in Kris. I'm half wondering if this isn't like an ovarian situation, which, yes, that is concerning, but at the same time, there are so many different ranges of that concern. And, you know, it doesn't mean the absolute worst case scenario. We saw, too, that Kris went through some hip surgery and some rehabilitation. So the tears could either be because of the diagnosis, the severity of the diagnosis. I'm also thinking immediately seeing this that it could be in result of like, oh my gosh, I just got done with doctoring. Now I have to go and doctor and do something else, get another possible procedure. You know, that's very intense. And I'm kind of wondering with all of the crying, if the crying is actually correlated to Kris's diagnosis, or if this just wasn't a moment where they said, let's use some clips of people being upset. Or maybe there is something going on and the girls are going and talking to each other and they don't want to air out their feelings in front of their mom. You know, who's to say? There's a bunch of different ways that this could go. Regardless, I'm sure that Kris is in very great hands if something is absolutely wrong. But yeah, this is definitely an intense moment. Again, I'm glad that they're showing intense things that are going on in their lives like this on camera. I do appreciate that as a viewer. Let's keep going.
I always say I hit the jackpot in the family department.
I love you all the same.
But sisters can be vicious and brutal.
Ooh, sisters can be vicious and brutal, but yet the jackpot has been hit. I think there's gonna be some tension going on this season. I really do. I'm wondering too, like, if that interview clip there with sisters can be vicious and brutal, is Khloe saying that like in defense of her behavior? You know, is something going on? Is something pushing Khloe? I think Khloe's gonna be the villain, you guys. I really do. Oh my gosh. All right, let's keep going.
Khloe is unbearable these days.
I don't care what other people think. I'm happy.
You don't realize you sometimes have a stick up your
Oh.
Oh, okay. Huh. Khloe is unbearable. That's a lot to say. The stick comment, huh. I'm really wondering what's going on. Also, are they teasing us? Just like I said, are they teasing us with this feud? Is it actually going to happen? I will be honest with you, I am here for a feud. I feel like we haven't gotten one in a little while. And these guys are like Full House. You know, they're family. They come together. They're not gonna break apart. Let's see a little drama. You know, I'm down for it. I'm here for it. I love watching these guys kind of go at it a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, that's why I like the show. That's probably why you like the show too, because you know that they're going to recuperate and recover and that they are there for each other. Of course, they're very family oriented, but as a viewer, I'm okay if there's a feud. I really, really am. I'm kind of rooting for it, to be honest with you. Let's keep going.
You are going through a lot right now and you're taking it out on me.
Get out! Who the f does she think she is?
Oh, the symbols. All right. Who does she think she is? All of this. So obviously we're seeing the tension continue to build up. We're seeing Kim and Chloe. It seems like they're saying that, I think they're kind of pointing the finger that the one is stressed and the other one's stressed and you're taking it out on me, you're taking it out on me. I think that that's kind of where that is going to go with that particular part of the clip, which is never good. You should never take your stress out on another person. But I mean, they're in very high stress situations. They're dealing with high stress things, businesses, big brands, big deals, big campaigns, big launches. So I'm sure they're stressed. But again, I'm here for a feud. Let's keep going.
SOS.
Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up.
Do you have the new nipple bra?
These aren't my nipples, just so you guys know, they're Kim's.
Oh gosh. All right. I'm glad to see that Scott's at the end of this trailer. That makes me super happy. I love Scott so much. I'm so glad to see that he's still around. I'm guessing he's probably not in this season a ton, but it looks like by him being in the trailer, he's going to be in the season, so that makes me happy. He'll at least pop in. And I love the bra situation. I think that that's very funny. And we see Kim also saying SOS. So clearly things are going to get intense. At least that's what they want us to think with the editing. So let me know all of your thoughts down below in the comment section. Are you guys excited? What are you most looking forward to? Do you also hope that there's some type of feud, a little bit of drama? I feel like we've been very drama-free overall. So let's see it a little bit. Just a little, not a lot. We're not looking to wreck the family. We're just looking for me to be sitting on my couch and, you know, throw my phone in the air for a second because I'm shocked, you know? Give me something. I love it. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. We love you guys here at Shared News, and we are so excited to be able to continue to follow along on this Kardashian journey. You know we love the Kardashians here at Shared News very, very much. Make sure that you like this video if you haven't already. Hit the subscribe button and turn your notifications on so you don't miss out on any of our future videos. As always, I'm your host, Hannah Fletcher. You guys can follow me on social media. My handle's right there on the screen, so come on over and say hello. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.